Wacky Wednesday. How are we doing, everybody? We're repping Undertaker. Death is the king, brother. Can I get a hell yeah? You sure can. Moving the chains. We're back at it. Crazy day today. Kind of dead. But then I found something that I really was excited about. And that is the Raiders. My Raiders. I need a shout out. Raiders. The Raiders extended my guy, my doppelganger, who's got the same Energizer Bunny, feel to it. Max Crosby, 3 years, $106 million, 91 guaranteed. I know that was just a mouthful that I just spilled, but I am fired up. Good for them. I know Packer fans and everybody else wanted Max Crosby. The Raiders and Packers, they always get the leftovers. Either the Raiders players go there or, whatever. But Max Crosby's a Raider. For 3 years, we got him down packed. Highest paid player, non-quarterback in league history. He's probably going to go up and up more and more with certain guys like this. But he deserves every damn penny, okay? He's unblockable. He's the hardest working guy on the team. He works his ass off. I remember years ago, Mayock, when they drafted him, he said the same thing. Energizer Bunny, man's man. I'm like, hey, this guy. It reminds me of me. So I'm fired up for that. And then they signed Alex Kappa today. The Raiders did a guard. I know he had a struggle last year, gave up 8 sacks, 51 hurries he gave up. Down year for him, but he is a starter. He won a Super Bowl with Tampa. He's seen some shit, okay? Just 3 years ago, or 4 years ago now, he was a Pro Bowler. I mean, he had some great numbers. So I think that's a solid move for the Raiders to me. I know Mitchell Renz, who does the Raider Report on Instagram, and I follow him, along with my guy Andrew. Shout out to Andrew, my buddy. Biggest Raider fan on the East Coast. I will say, though, this move to me reminds me, and I know Moneyball's one of my favorite movies of all time. Sports or in life and anything. And I took a lot of messages from that movie. And this move to me reminds me of when they're in the war room with all the scouts and they're trying to replace all those guys. And this guy. Now, he's well known. But to me, I feel like with Alex Kappa, I'm getting a guy that knows what he's doing. He's Super Bowl champion. He's been there, done that. And the Raiders could use all the offensive line depth that they can have. Now, I read some reports today and some comments as I'm getting before on here. Oh, it's Alex Leatherwood all over again. No, we're not going down that fucking route, okay? First of all, that was one of the worst Raider picks that I've ever seen in my life. First of all, I never heard of Alex Leatherwood. All I know is he went to Bama, he won the Natty. Nobody fucking heard of him. I mean, I listened to 2X scouts and listened to people. They're connected in this shit. They didn't even heard of him. So, this is not an Alex Leatherwood situation. You didn't draft the guy. Tampa Bay did. You just brought him in as a free agent, signed him for $11 million. I'm fine with that. This is okay signing. Listen, I can see what's like Cody Whitehair from the Bears, got him from to the Raiders. That kind of shitty ending. It could be. But for right now, I'm going to live in the moment and go, okay, yeah, we need help on the offensive line. We can still already add in the draft. I'm reading mock drafts. It could be Will Campbell, who, by the way, is one of my favorite players in this draft. I love that guy. He's like Undertaker was in the ruthless aggression era. Badass, tough guy. Love everything about him. Didn't allow a sack. 6'6", 330. Who gives a rat's ass about his arms? I know he plays tackle. He can move to guard. Logan Mankins is a prime example of that. Fresno State guy. Heard on my podcast today. He could be that guy. And he's a nasty motherfucker. I love this guy. The way he road grades, his pass pro, didn't allow a sack in the SEC. That means something to me. And I love this quote going, LSU did lose that game to USC. Zach Alexander knows all about that because he's the biggest USC fan I know. My point is that when he said, and I quote, yeah, we're here to kick some ass and get a dub. When everybody in Vegas, you know how that is, the lights, the glamour, all that shit, that's my kind of guy. Old school, tough, love it. Now, if you pair him with Kappa and Colt Miller comes back and he gets back to his normal self, then you got something on the offensive line. So this isn't a signing to me that I'm going, all right, I don't love how much money they gave him, but this is a very decent deal. See what happens, and let's roll the dice and see what goes. So, the second thing I want to talk about was Seattle is doing some changes here, folks. They're shifting. Seahawks shift, a little SS action. So, DK Metcalf requested a trade, and they just cut Tyler Lockett today. Tyler Lockett, excuse me, got cut while I was at work today. Solid news from Adam Schefter. And then DK Metcalf requested a trade. So, my take on that is, this is different. Because I talked to Brody Solmonson. I was talking to my guy Derek Solmonson. I love you, bro. And we were talking on the combine on our way home and stuff. Now, I've made the argument the last couple of years. I think Seattle's like Tampa. They're right there. They need a quarterback. They're kind of like that before Brady, where I'm like, ooh, damn, like everything's there. The defense, the run game, your offensive line needs a little bit more beefed up. But you got all the pieces. You have the three-headed monster with Lockett, Metcalf, and Jack Smith and Jigba. So now you got some pieces. Well, now it's kind of shot. I don't know. You're going to have to pay Geno. DK wants out. Does he want out? I don't know. I think he's been a good soldier in Seattle. But, the other thing is with these receivers, I've seen this my whole life. I heard the Coward say this today, is that, you get to a point with these guys, the outspokenness outweighs it. And I'm feeling like with DK, he's produced. Yes, he's great. But what's the production? The production's still good for DK. It always has been. But it's the pain in the ass shit. There's always the line of, does your problems, production outweigh your problems? Well, when it doesn't, and your problems outweigh your production, then it's time to go bye-bye. So, and I've been saying this for years. I heard this last year, and I say it to be true. He is the modern-day Terrell Owens, and it is not an exaggeration, not a shot. He's that guy. Now, unlike Terrell Owens, they both have similarities, both similar body type, the stride, the fast, big body type, can go up and get it, drop some balls here and there, runs hard, plays angry. With T.O., by the whatever it was, you're kind of feeling like the same kind of career arc for DK. Terrell Owens got drafted by the Niners in 96 from Tennessee Chattanooga. Then by 2004, he lasted a long time with the Eagles, but he kind of bounced around after that. And it was the same reputation as, for him, Terrell Owens, as I don't think it's on that same level as DK, but I have a feeling it could be. Teams are going to be sniffing around. He's going to have a market. I would give up a second-round pick or something around those lines. He's still in the prime of his career. But I was thinking about this tonight as I'm pulling in my driveway tonight. I'm really getting these teams tonight. They had ESPN on the gym. And, it was Chargers, it was Ravens, it was Patriots, it was all these teams. The one that came across my mind was the Chargers. And I had a thought, and I said, okay, Chargers is fascinating. You know why? Because Chargers did this a couple years ago. And what do you mean by that, Sammy? It took Anquan Bolden. Veteran guy. Seen the ringer, kind of big body guy. I think he goes to Chargers. Now, maybe the Chargers go, we're going to wait. We're good, bro. Okay. DK Metcalf's going to have a market. Now, to the other guy, Tyler Lockett, he's been there his whole career. In Seattle, he's been a soldier. He's been great. I love Tyler Lockett. Everything about the guy I love. So, again, I think it's a weird day in Seattle because they got rid of some safeties. They're getting rid of some cap space. It's the weird time of year. Everybody's cutting people and all that stuff. But keep an eye on where DK goes because I'm hearing Raiders too. Now, again, I was thinking about this on the way home tonight. Okay. But do I really want to go down that route again? Because we already did it with Devontae. We got burned. We had production, but it wasn't what we wanted. And I know Pete Carroll, and he's trying to bring some Seattle guys over to kind of make it work. But we'll see. I don't know. My only guess is I would much rather have Lockett right now. Now, Lockett's a descending player. Not what he once was, but still can produce. But if I had a chance, DK would be my guy. Because then you put him, Bowers, that kind of weaponry for a quarterback that's kind of looking at the market going, damn, that's pretty enticing. So be on the lookout for that. That's all I want to touch on here tonight. I just cannot believe the Seahawks cut these guys. I mean, DK wanted to trade, got it. But Tyler Lockett's kind of fascinating. I don't get it. But I kind of can understand it. They got Jack Smith and Jigba. They're going to get some other receivers. So that's all I want to touch on here tonight. Love you guys. Appreciate it. Have a great night. Adios. Godspeed.